Hello, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with me today, Monday, December 6th. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you be the best version of yourself. And we do that by teaching you how to currency trade with our very accurate proprietary trading tools. And we supplement that with what we consider to be the best in the business, one-on-one personalized training, which we think is the only way for you to effectively learn to trade. All the greats have coaches. We are coaches for you. We've got tools that have worked a very long time. We come online every day to show you how well the tools work and how easy it is to use them and get very accurate. So with that, in this session, we do we've got a dozen different signals off of our indicators. When we first start you in the light program, we use a very simple signal, and we kind of build upon that. And once you move into training, we show you some of the various signals, and we find which one resonates with you, and then kind of develop a trade plan around that. The two signals I'm going to use today is something called the 10-point trade, where we're basically trying to get all the lines to line up. And at the top of the hour, if we have time, we will try to go for a little scalp trade using another signal called the thick orange line signal. But before we start, we need to listen to this guy. And this guy is kind of, where'd he go? Where did he? Oops, come on. Here he is. Sorry about that. Here we go.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker. We make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the reasons we do these sessions is so that you can, for yourself, make your own evaluation as to how well these our tools work. One of the other great things about our program, in addition to having a friend, a mentor, a trainer working with you, is that we do these live trades. Where you get to see someone who is an experienced trader, who is a very good trader, do their analysis. So it's a bit of a learning moment. And then you are able to copy the trade. So you walk away with something. And we do this a lot. So when you're a light, you kind of have limited access. We've got it tonight, again, tomorrow morning at 6:30. And then you've got the intro to coaching right after that. But when you become a regular member, we do a trade in the morning. In addition to having access to this, we do a trade in the morning at 10 a.m. It's usually a scalp trade. We do a trade in the evening at 10 p.m. Usually that's a longer term trade. And then we also have an additional paid session where you can watch Dale trade. Dale is one of our longest running coaches. He was actually trained by Kevin Jones Sr., who developed the indicator. So he is quite a good trader, and he knows the charts. He knows the charts backwards and forwards. And if you have any question, Dale can usually answer it. So with that, I trade off of a trade routine, as most of you are aware, and I like to check and make sure everything is connected and running. I didn't get a chance to do that because I was running late. So normally what I like to do is restart the charts, but as we were running a bit late, I didn't. Good habit every day is to review the previous day. Last week we had a pretty good week. We had the one day where we got stopped out on the thick orange line trade. Not the thick, the thick orange line trade. But then all of our other trades hit the mark. When we went back and took a look at that thick orange line trade, it was a good signal. Just they don't all hit. On Thursday, though, we had a very nice signal, and we took a technique that was actually recommended by one of you, where when you see the signal, you break it up into 3 parts. You divide your trade by 3 in terms of your lot size. And we took a 10 pip, a 20 pip, and a 45 pip trade. They all hit and all closed. So that was, so what is that? That's almost 20, 65, 75 pips on that. So that was a very, very nice day. Again, that was kind of a rare situation because we had a nice signal. We were on one end of the resistance line. So we had a clear run for a nice run if it was going to go, and we were able to do that. So as we are technical traders, which means we are trading based on the price action, and our indicators are very good at picking up the future price action, where it's going. Mute yourself, please. Mute yourself, please. Thank you, George. You can see it's very easy for me to get distracted. So we like to take a look at what the news is and what upcoming news events might impact our trade, and then trade around them. So basically what we do is we go to a website called forexfactory.com. Forex Factory very nicely breaks down what the projected impact might be of a news announcement. And it breaks it down into low impact, which is yellow, medium impact, which is orange, and high impact, which is red. And tonight we have a couple high impact items on the AUD, which presents a little problem for us because in the evening, at this time, we're usually trading the AUD or the JPY because it is approaching morning time in Australia. And our indicators work better in the morning when there's a little bit more volume. I feel more comfortable or confident in taking a trade when we're entering into morning time. So usually I like to be out of a trade 2 hours beforehand. So if we see a trade that we think will close within the hour, it might be worth taking, but it's going to need to be a really good signal because I don't want to get caught here holding something. So let's go ahead and start our analysis. I am going to open the new chart, and the chart I use is going to be one of the charts that are it's called the Light 6 Major, one of the standard charts in the package. And I like to call this the Composite Chart because it's showing me 6 different currency pairs, all on a 1-hour candle. We can trade on an anytime candle, but I like to trade off of a 1-hour candle. On the Euro USD, there's about a 30-point. You can get a 30-point move in that 1 hour, and that is perfect for me. So with this, we're going to start here with the first chart. And what I can do is I can quickly go through 6 charts and see if I have the beginning of a signal. And I'm going to start with this middle part of the chart, which is the majors and minors. The blue line's the overbought line. The red line is the oversold line. And basically, I am looking for situations where these lines are either down here, they're oversold. And when they're oversold, that means it's a buying opportunity, or they are up here overbought. And when they're overbought, that means it's a selling opportunity. So basically, the market goes up a little bit, gets overbought, then it's going to come down a little bit, get oversold, and it kind of oscillates back and forth like that. And our tools are very good at catching the turns. So right here, we are in the middle of the channel. So we are neither overbought or oversold. So there's nothing there. Here, Euro USD, we are overbought and the lines are going up. What I am looking for is when we're overbought, I want the lines going down. I don't like to take a trade here because I don't know how much more there's left in the move. Now, now this is an hour chart. The trade that I send out tonight, the setup trade, is a buy, and I believe we'll get 10 pips off of it, but that won't happen till later in the evening. But this, in terms of trading right now, I wouldn't, if I was going for a trade that I wanted to close immediately, this isn't the right signal. I look at other things when I take that trade that I send out tonight or each night. Pound, dollar in the middle of the channel. USD Canadian. We are oversold going up. All the lines are pointed up. They're all clustered together. I've got a double cross where the green's crossed over the red and the gray's crossed over the black. This is a nice signal. Problem with this signal, though, is US Canadian dollar. It's off market time for both of these. I don't want to take a trade off market. If this were tomorrow morning and we saw this setup, we would definitely be looking at taking this. But I'm going to pass because of where we're at. But my next part of the analysis would be to go up here. I got the two orange lines going up, supporting the buy, the dotted blue coming down, supporting the buy. And I've got the green line on top, and it's diverging from the red. So I've got all the points here for a good trade. But I am going to pass. And in fact, sometimes you hear me talk about the slope. If we look here, less of a slope, more of a slope, steeper slope. So the slope is even getting steeper as we're moving into this. But again, I don't want to take this trade because of the time of day. USD Swiss franc. We are oversold going up. I don't like this one as much. We're not quite halfway. I will consider the trade if the majors and minors, or if the majors haven't gone halfway. But I don't like the slope here. See, more steep, less steep. So that's telling me it's kind of running out of gas when the slope changes. Plus, again, it's midnight in Switzerland, or no, I might even be 2 a.m. So again, off hours. USD JPY approaching morning time in Japan. So this is okay. But what do we got going on here? Majors are kind of going down, maybe sideways. Minors are going up. So I don't have consistency. I want all the lines pointing the same way. The more I can get the lines to point the same way, that increases my accuracy. And it's all about being accurate. My trading accuracy right now is about 80%. We've got many traders who are closer to 90. I've been doing this about a little under 3 years. So I'm working on still trying to get up there. All right, so we got nothing here. So I am going to, what I've done is I basically cloned this chart, which is when you clone it, you just go down here. You click clone. I gave it a new name. That new name is 6 Major 2. And it's another 6 pairs. And these pairs are primarily non-US based. So in that first grouping, they're all US based pairs. These are non-US based pairs. So euro pound overbought going up. Australian dollar, yen. We're in the middle of the channel, and the majors are a little more than halfway, so I am going to pass on that. Also, what I don't like is the majors are starting to go sideways versus down. And you can see that inconsistency. We got the orange line. We actually have 3 of the lines here telling us sell, but the dotted blue is very weak. It's barely going up. So we're gonna pass on this. Yeah, well, you know what? We'll come back to it. AUD, JPY. I want to see if there's something better. Theoretically, we have the points here, but I'm not crazy about it. So let's see if we get anything better. Euro, Canadian dollar, off hours for both. This isn't a bad setup here. Again, we're going from less steep to more steep. We're just entering the channel. 2 orange lines going up, dotted blue is coming down. So 3 of the 4 here. I get green on top, and the lines are diverging. So this is a nice setup, but I don't like, not the right time. AUD, NZD. We're a little bit, we're hitting the halfway mark here on with the majors. So I am going to pass. Let's keep going. Pound, yen in the middle of the channel. It actually was going down and it switched. Euro, Australian dollar, middle of the channel, so nothing there. So let's just open up another chart. And again, I have just cloned it and added some more different pairs. So one of the great things is we can just scan till we find that setup and then do what we have to do. Canadian dollar, yen. We're just approaching overbought with the minors and the majors we got kind of inconsistency here, so we're going to pass. Euro, New Zealand dollar, we're kind of in the middle of the channel, and we've seen this pattern now on a couple of the NZDs where it's kind of going sideways. We've lost the slope or the steepness of the slope here. So we'll pass. Pound at New Zealand dollar. Again, a little bit more than halfway. And, ideally, as you may have noticed, I like to take 10 pips. And once we get to that halfway point on a 1-hour chart, it gets questionable on whether we can get the 10 pips. If I catch it down here, I can certainly catch 10 pips. If I catch it in the middle, I don't know if I can catch pips. And if it's going up here, I don't know how much gas is left that we'll be able to get from there. Now, sometimes when the lines are up here, it will go 40 pips. But again, I'm playing the percentages. That's a rarity. Even though it happens, it's a rarity. I'd rather catch it down here and let it ride up through here. I get my 10 pips and I'm done. New Zealand dollar, yen, we're kind of in the middle of the channel and we've got a conflicting signal. The minors are kind of sideways down. The majors are kind of the majors are kind of sideways down. Minors are kind of sideways up. Gold, New Zealand dollar, gold USD. I like this. Too bad we couldn't catch it here. 2 orange lines up, a thick blue coming down. So 3 of the 4 here. We've got kind of sideways pressure, but the green has crossed over. So this is a nice signal. Only thing I don't like is, I like the steepness here, but again, we're more than halfway. I want to catch it when we are less than halfway. I am going to pass on the Bitcoin. This is kind of the beginning of a good signal, but if you haven't signed up for the Bitcoin course, you don't have access to the chart. So let's trade with something that you do have access to. Euro pound off. The time is off, but we're more than halfway into the channel. AUD, again, we're kind of in the middle of the channel, but this has no gas on it. The majors have no gas on it. I don't like it. And again, we were kind of seeing the same thing with the TNTs here, where we're not getting all three TNTs strong in the same direction. We really only have two, thick blue and thin orange, as this is kind of going sideways. Euro Canadian, we're off. Wrong time for this. This is similar to the U.S. Canadian that we saw. This isn't quite as strong as the U.S. Canadian that we saw, but this would be a good signal. We got the two orange lines going up, the dotted blue coming down, so 3 out of 4 here. Plus, we've got green on top with the lines diverging. So if this were morning time, I would consider this AUD, NZD. This is okay. Again, we're kind of halfway in. I want to catch it a little sooner. Plus, we got the news, so I'm going to hold off. Pound yen. We changed directions in the channel, so no. In euro, Australian dollar, we're a little bit more than halfway. All right, so we've gone through 24. Oops, did we just do this? Just do this? Somebody telling me that. Let's see. What the heck? 3 major. Did we open up the 4 major? Huh. Why are we? How am I getting confused here? Let's open this up. Losing track of things here. All right, we got one more chart. Let's take a look. AUD Canadian, we're just approaching overbought. Swiss franc yen, where majors are overbought. Miners are catching up. Euro yen, overbought, haven't turned back. Australian or pound Australian dollar, middle of the channel. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, middle of the channel, and Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, middle of the channel. So we've gone through 24 pairs. We didn't see anything. So we are going to change horses, and we're going to see if we can find a scalp trade. So that scalp trade, I am going to, this is a different signal and requires a little bit less analysis, and it focuses on what this thick orange line is doing. And basically, this thick orange line is scaled, and it goes from 0 when it's as low as it can go to 10 when it's as high as it can go. And when it is at 10, that is telling us it doesn't think there's any more up in the movement. There's no more up in the movement, good sell time. When it's at 0, that's telling us it doesn't think there's any more down in the movement. If there's no more down in the movement, that's a good buy time. And however, again, going back to that, I want to have a high accuracy rate. I want something to confirm that indeed the down movement is petered out or the up movement is petered out. And the way I do that is I will look and see what the majors and minors are doing to support it. So here, this is a real fast trade. I like to do it when there's less than 5 minutes left in the top of the hour, because what it's going to do is when it's at 10 or 1, when the candle snaps, if the signal's there, when the candle goes to the next candle, there's a little snap, and we can get that little move off of it. So I'm looking for 10 or 0 or within 1 point of either end. So 8.5 isn't close enough. 5 isn't close enough. 8.9 is pretty close, but even if this were above 9, my majors and minors are still on the channel. I want them up here. So we're going to pass. 5.5 is no good. 6.8 is no good. So let's go to our next pair. 7 no good. 7 no good. 7 no good. 6 no good. 5 no good. 4 no good. I'm looking for 0 or 10. 5 no good. 4 no good. 4.6 no good. 3 no good. 6.8 no good. 7.4 no good. So you can see this just takes a minute to do. 10, yes. AUDCHS. 10 is good. But look where my majors and minors are. Only the green and gray line are touching. I want all 4 of these lines up here. All 4 of the lines up here. So I got part 1 of the signal, but I don't have part 2. So I'm going to pass. 3.3 no good. 7.3 no good. 5.1 no good. 7.6 no good. 9.4 is good. We're within 1 of 10. But when I look at my majors and minors, I'm still in the middle of the channel. I need them to be up here to get that snap. So we just went through another 24 signals and did not find anything tonight. Sometimes the best trade we take is the trade that we don't take. So unfortunately, we're not going to take a trade tonight because I don't see anything I like. So you get to be a good trader by making less trades, but winning trades. So our goal is to get you to be able to distinguish, this is a good trade. I don't need many trades. Just need, if I make 1, 2, 3 trades, if I make 3 trades a day, I'm doing great. Anything above that is gravy. So today you saw I only took 1 trade. Now I was kind of busy with some other things, so I wasn't kind of as focused on the charts as I normally am, but I do glance over while I'm doing other things to see if there's a setup. If I see the setup, fine. If I don't see the setup, I just wait. Because then what happens is there's a day like had a day last week where we did almost 100 pips. So today I did 9 pips, but that 100 pip day carries the whole week. So you don't have to take a trade when there's not one. And actually, last week on Monday night we didn't get a trade either. So we will consider that. Looking at the questions, John has an excellent point, saying that when he's going for 10 pips on a trade, he likes to look at the ATR to help. And the higher the ATR, the more likely you are to get a good move during the hour for the larger number of pips. Low ATR, much less likely for a good large move. So there's a little tip from John. We will go over that next time. Matt, the best way to, I saw that you called today. I've been very busy. But the best way to get a hold of me is to go to www.forexsmarttrade.com, forexsmarttrade.com, forexsmarttrade.com/schedule, forexsmarttrade.com/schedule, and just book a time with me. Now, if I'm available, when you call, I'll answer the phone, but I've been on the phone a ton today. So, and I've had other meetings. So I wasn't able to answer your call. But if you do leave a message or you do text, I will generally put it on the list. You can't see it here. Well, I guess you can see it a little bit. I write everything down, and I do the callbacks, and I check them off as I call back. So I do try to call everybody back. But the best way to know that you're going to get me is just book an appointment when I'm free on my calendar. And generally, the way the calendar is set up, you can't book on the same day, but you can book tomorrow. All right, gang, we will be here tomorrow morning at 6:30. Tomorrow morning at 6:30, and we will do it again. Have a good evening. And I love trading. I know I see many of the names on here. I know you guys love trading too. So it's great to be in a group. It's great to have the camaraderie of having people to be able to talk about trading too. All right. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow.